Hello and welcome to this episode of Nerd Bytes. Today we are talking about New Relic One applications, what they are, and then more especially, how do we go about building our first application? So the first thing we're going to do is come up to the apps section here in the top right of the UI. Essentially everything that we see here is a New Relic One application. Some of these are our first party, these are baked into your New Relic experience, such as the Kubernetes Cluster Explorer and the Distributed Tracing view. But some of these are add-ons that you can take in. As you can see down here from the catalog, you can take in any of these applications into your account for free. All of these are essentially React apps using the New Relic platform and building on it. So let's go ahead and start building our own. The first thing we need to do is go to build your own application. You'll see over here that you need to generate an API key, download our command line interface, and set up your profile. This is essentially just saying what is the account that this application is going to target, and what is your API key, so that it's validating your permissions to go ahead and create those apps. I already have this CLI installed and ready to go, so I'm just going to jump over to my terminal window over here. I'm already into my desktop. First thing I want to do is nr1 create. There are a few options here. We don't necessarily need to worry about what all of them are right now. What we're going to focus on is nerdpacks. A nerdpack is essentially a whole application bundled together for us. It's given us a suggested name and we've just stuck with that for now. So I can cd into that directory. I'll open this up in Visual Studio Code so we can take a quick look at what is going on. And Visual Studio Code is opening here for us. And we can see the Explorer over on the left that shows us essentially what this is. And as you can tell, it just looks like a regular NPM project. If we open up our index.js, you can see that it is a React application here. And essentially this application is just a Hello World app. It's just talking to, just essentially saying, hello, welcome to this nerdlet. But how do we actually get this running? Well, the first thing we want to do is npm start. What this is going to do is it's going to open up a locally running server hosting this application, and then we can access it for local testing. You can see a URL here. So if I copy this URL out, I come back over to the New Relic account and I copy that in, you can see the URL parameter. It's telling the site here to look at the local server and try to pick up any applications running. So I open up here, you can see Parched Eggnog Launcher. That's the name that it gave us when we created this application. That's running, and you can see that little local signifier here, so you can see that that is a locally running application. Once we open it, you can see exactly what we saw in Visual Studio. It's just saying hello world, essentially here. But let's change this. Let's say, hello Nerdbytes. And we'll save that, and you can see in the background already that the browser is refreshing just to get the latest version of that. So this is essentially how we'll get started with creating an application, running it locally, and starting to develop this application out further. Come back for a future episode to see how to publish this application to your account and get it subscribed such that anyone on the account can access it, not just you while you're running it locally. Thanks for watching.